Hey, y'all. It's your favorite certified clinical sexologist, premarital and marital counselor, Mocha marriage facilitator, marriage boot camp coach, sex educator. I have so many titles because I do so many things, right? But guys, I specialize in putting the oohs and the ahs back into your relationship, but I do this by helping you to foster better communication in your relationship. And I'm not gonna be before you long. I just wanted to come real quick and talk about asking clarifying questions in your relationship, right? And so when I think about asking clarifying questions, I think about open-ended questions, right? It's like when, where, how, why, those type of things. And then I think about validation questions. And so validation questions just simply reiterate things that the person has already said, so that you can make sure that you understand what they're saying, right? And so it takes actively listening and being a participant in the conversation. So let's take for instance, let's take this issue. Well, I don't feel like you do enough housework. I'm always taking out the trash. I'm always washing the dishes. I'm always, doing the laundry. I'm always, picking up after you and the kids and da da, right? So when I hear that, sometimes people in couples and relationships, sometimes they it goes in one ear out of the other, right? So when you're actively listening to someone, you're looking them in their eyes, right? Now, some of us can definitely multitask, but you want to make sure that your partner feels heard, right? And sometimes if you're sitting on the phone and texting, or you're reading something else, and they don't feel like you're listening to them, right? So take out the time to, first of all, look them in their eyes and listen, actively listen to them, right? And you want to genuinely empathize with them, and you want to communicate clearly. So try using this phrase. So what I heard you say was, you're always doing everything around the house, and you feel like I don't contribute enough. Did I get that right? And when you ask the question of, did I get that right, you're inviting them to give you feedback. If you didn't get it right, then the other partner has to be honest. No, that's not quite what I said. Or yes, that's exactly what I said. And then, so don't move on to just resolving the issue before you make sure that you listen and understand and comprehend what they're trying to say to you. What is important about clarifying questions? You don't want to jump to conclusions, right? So you want to make sure that you understand completely the position of the other person. And sometimes it takes you out of your comfort zone, right? It's elevating the conversation when you can actually ask those questions. So for instance, if I didn't get it right, the other person can have the opportunity, well, no, that's not what I said. What I said was, I feel like we should split up the chores more evenly and effectively, and get maybe on a schedule, so that I don't feel like I'm always doing things by myself. Maybe that's what they're saying, right? And so if I didn't understand what they're saying, I could be like, okay, so I think I need you to elaborate more. Which household chores do you feel like I don't do at all? Or maybe which household chores would you like to do? Is there something that you like to do more than others? I know that you don't really like to clean the bathroom. Would you like me to do that? That's asking clarifying questions before I honestly, it's asking a clarifying question, and it's trying to figure out and resolve the issue at the same time. And the clarifying questions can definitely do that. But you don't want to just skip validation and jump to just trying to resolve all of the issues, right? And so, and it's not something that you guys have to argue about, right? When we're asking clarifying questions, don't feel attacked. Now, here's the way you can feel attacked if you're asking probing questions instead of a clarifying question. Well, have you tried this before? I don't get it. I don't see how this would succeed, if I did more housework. I go outside and make the bread. You should be doing all the housework. That's asking a probing question and attacking at the same time instead of asking a clarifying question. Can you walk me through what you would like to see the household ran like? That's a clarifying question, and it's trying to resolve the issue at the same time. So now that we validated already, right? We have said, hey, I get it. You feel like you do all of the household work by yourself, right? Now we're trying to resolve. We're clarifying and resolve. How would you like the housework done? Is there a schedule that you have in mind? There are so many things that you can ask, right? And it's about your tone, number one, and it's about the way you ask the question, right? And so I just wanted to sit this here real quick because a few of my couples this week have struggled with how to ask clarifying questions. So I wanted to make sure that I, first of all, give you some of the benefits of the clarifying question, but then how to ask it in a way that is non-threatening to your relationship. And guys, sometimes it really is just identifying the gaps of the communication, because when you think you're clearly communicating and the other person doesn't understand, don't get frustrated, right? Because why is this person asking questions? Again, they have to know how to ask the questions, but why is this person asking the questions? They're trying to understand. And everything that you do, get an understanding so that there's no more misunderstandings, right? And so just zoom in, explore, understand, and then zoom back out. And now that we can get to it, resolve, right? So I just wanted to drop you with those couple of tidbits. If this was helpful, hashtag clarifying questions. Hashtag, you know what you're talking about, Candy. Hashtag, thank you. Again, this has been your girl, Candy J, your favorite mental health, sex educator, premarital marital counselor, marriage mocha, boot camp coach, marriage boot camp coach, and so many other things. So guys, like, subscribe, ring that bell so that you can come back and get all these tips, and have a wonderful and amazing Thursday.